Please, everybody, if you have not had the privilege, go and grab PSION. You can purchase this book off of Mark's website and his publishing website, crimsonsleeperstudios.com. I'm trying to get it together. Crimson. Because I could have put this up earlier today because that would have been the right thing to do. Oop, stop. Wait. Why are we having a moment? We're having a stroke. Hold on. But please make sure you go and check out Crimson Sleeper Studios. It is honestly, I kind of want to touch on that. How did you decide to officially make your own studio? There are some people that will just say, "Hey, my name is Tom, and this is my comic, and here you go." What made you decide to take it a step further and actually create a studio?
So it was, and because we sometimes get this, right? We're small, why is it Crimson Sleeper Studios? Why not Crimson Sleeper Studio? And it's like, well, the S is a promise to grow, right? We want this to be something that we can kind of seed forward, keep going out, and have it be something that we maybe develop into different properties. We expanded into merch recently alongside the book. So trying to venture out into other avenues for business was very important. I knew I wanted the business side of this to be something that we didn't undervalue, because sometimes comic book people will say it's very, very common for people to be so focused on the art that they don't think about the business, or vice versa, right? And I wanted to be a person who was equally focused on both, even if it keeps me up at night, right? And I knew that, if we want to move off into animation one day, if we want to be able to option this off to some other studio someplace else and be able to work with them, if we want to even be able to option a book off to another larger press publisher like Image or someone else and work together with them with like licensing or things like that, I knew that we had to get a legal entity in play. Like it was, I knew I didn't want to have to do this with myself. I knew I didn't want to worry about someone suing me personally. So because my mom, she was a grant writer when I was a kid. So I got to kind of see her create her LLC for that and kind of help her work her small business when I was a kid. I was her tech coordinator. I was the person who set up all the technology for the PowerPoints and, computers, everything. This is early 2000s too. So it's very enveloped, lots of cords, lots of cables, Mom shouldn't have to do all that. That's a son's job. So, I would come in and I'd save the day. Right. And that was what I'd do. So I knew that I was going to have to venture into that venue. And with my girlfriend's, she's my editor. She's also my legal counsel. So, she's making sure that I'm not venturing off into a bad lane there. She's the person who writes my contracts. I'm very blessed in that regard to make sure that if I was to do something, that might be not the smartest business decision, she will very quickly tell me, do this. So I have a lot of women in my corner who gave me a lot of advice and helped me kind of get to this point. And I think that's why we kind of have that type of polish to it all also.
I apologize. New York City is New Yorking. I just wanted to mute myself.
ASAP Ferg, bro. New York don't know how to be quiet. That work remix is going on in the background right now.
Like it's live and direct from the hood, baby.
New York's a beautiful city, bro. That's it is what it is. They gotta go do what they gotta go do.
Yeah, bro. Like this is 20 stories up. Like, can you imagine being on the street?
Because the building, yeah, they're so tall, man. Yeah, that sounds like it's travel straight up.
It's fun. It's fun every night when I'm recording. It just please, everybody. I'm gonna put if you want the digital download, I'm going to put that into the chat. And not have fat fingers and accidentally delete it by accident. And you didn't see that. So that you guys can go pick that up. But if you want the physical, and I would strongly.
I saw someone in the chat said they can't break up ever. I agree.
I agree. You
10,
can't
10
know. Like
years,
legally,
we are stuck like glue. We ain't going nowhere. All right.
It's also you end up being like your characters because you were in the medical field and she's a lawyer, so balance in the universe. That's the way it's supposed to be. I like it. But if I can put the physical cover also in there, if you want the digital, screenshot it. Y'all know how I like to do. Screenshot this, hot copy, paste it into your web browser. If it is on your phone, that is for the $5 digital download. If you want the physical, because some people are tangible babies, and I like the tangibles myself, make sure you highlight this as well for the physical cover. That specifically for this cover here, because I'm going to get that one.
Ooh, I'm glad you like it. That's my personal favorite. I
Man,
love what
man.
Shay did with this one. This is actually our homage to A Different World.
Yes.
Obviously, the second season box set. I'm a big fan of A Different World. It's what inspired me to want to choose an HBCU as a kid. My mom kind of got to show me. She went to Dillard, so she went to an HBCU. So my grandmother went to Grambling. So I kind of got
Legacy.
right. Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. And then I got some cousins down south. They're Jags, so we can't talk about that though. We can't talk about that around Nana because that Bayou Classic every year, boy. Oh, if they don't win the game, it's a problem because you know they're not winning the Battle of the Bands, boy. You know they're not beating the human jukebox. Oh,
yeah. Y'all can't talk for like a week or two after that.
She's totally focused on the game too. She's like, "Well, what's the score?" It's like I've never seen my grandmother that focused on a football game score before in my life. Oh, I see Morgan State in the chat. Yes, bro. Morgan State is a beautiful school. Y'all's campus is gorgeous. I got to see their campus virtually when I was a part of the First in the World initiative. That beautiful campus, beautiful school. Morgan State's a beautiful school.
Shout out Morgan. I live in Maryland, so I've visited there once or twice. It's a gorgeous campus.
I didn't get to go to an HBCU.
Me either. I feel your pain.
It's a very sad moment in my life. I don't want to talk about it. But I made it, baby. So with that said, once you get your digital, if you want to read it right now, or if you want to wait until you get your physical copy, we have good news for you, my young Blerds, and all of those that are in the chat currently. We have this coming up very shortly.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Oh, yes.
We have issue 2. So if you don't like to wait and you're a big baby face, and you're going to throw a tantrum, please know that you can hit this wonderful button right here, right there. This one that says saved, it won't say saved for you because you haven't gone to the page yet. But if you click on save, you'll get a full reminder of when it goes live. I've got my button pushed. Do you? Ha 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 ha. I can't, first of all, I don't mean to bury the lead. Or 2 leads. Number 1, we've got a new cover with the glowing eyes, done by Che, young Master Che, putting his thing on it. I do like the coloring because I know that you seem to be you're a stickler for that a little bit.
It took, I don't know what it is. I care about color way too much. It's like my least favorite part of the thing, to be honest. I like drawing more than I like coloring, but once it's done being colored, I'm like, okay, yeah, like it had to be done. You know what I mean? So yeah, for this, again, sometimes the image just pops up and it's basically what I end up going with. So yeah, it's a cool little collage of the characters. And we got the red and the glowing eyes and like the bayou kind of vibes in the background.
It's also very, it feels a little foreboding as well. Yeah. 100%. If that's what you were going for, baby, let me let you know.
We're getting real Southern Gothic in issue 2 for sure.
Oh yeah. We're definitely we buried the lead a little bit as far as how deep we're gonna go with issue 1. We're going to the crossroads and back. So
yeah.
Okay. I'm not a Southern belle. What pray tell is the story of the crossroads?
So the crossroads follows a specific part, Clarksdale, Mississippi. That was traditionally called the crossroads in the South. I think because of the Chitlin Circuit, I want to say that was like the major cross section that people would take, because that was on like the Blues Trail back in the day. But A Tale of the Crossroads specifically references, specifically what was Robert's last name?
Glass? No.
No, I'm blanking right. It's the story of the man who sold his soul to play the guitar to the devil. If you've ever heard that story, he went to the crossroads to sell his soul. It's not Robert Jenkins. It's Robert. Let me look it up real quick.
I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, we want it's like that's one of the most important, I would argue, Southern Gothic stories. Like the idea of giving up your soul for talent to the devil at the crossroads, right? We want to kind of tell the idea of like, what if the devil was just yanking stuff out your pocket? What if you didn't even have to offer it to him? What if he was just there looking to start something, right? And you can't really Like it's as much as you try, you still kind of have to deal with this kind of the devil from out of town making his way in, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Ooh, that's okay. Okay. You know, young man is cooking. He is cooking. Second lead, if you will. Who made the cover on the right?
So we were very, very fortunate enough to get a cover from DC comic book legend Nicholas Draper Ivy, writer, artist, absolutely legend in the game right now. One of my favorite artists. It was a full court shot with one arm. I would be honest, I saw he had commissions closing. I said, you know what, this might be the last time ever, right? And I was at Fan Expo San Francisco at the time. I talked to Stephanie Williams earlier that day, so I was just feeling like I guess I feel a little God touched, if you will. So I was like, you know, we can do this. We can make our dreams happen. We're in the room with big people right now. We could do something, right? Sent out a DM, and yeah, Nicholas Draper Ivy pinned us a cover. It was incredible getting to work with him. He is so kind. He is, especially to newcomers, very similar to how it was with Ann World. He was just very much like, hey, this is my capacity. Get me this XYZ. I'll get you to finished product. And I was like, I extremely blessed, highly favored, barely even begins to cover it, I feel like. And it's so incredible to have someone whose artwork I definitely think his style fits so well with what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
So to have such an I love his covers so much. Like these covers together, I'm just loving the suite of covers I'm gonna be able to put on the table and be able to show to people. It's just cannot wait to give this to our readers. Seriously.
I'd like I didn't know. Sorry, give me 1 second.
No, take your time.
I didn't know that we were getting a Nicholas Draper Ivy variant until like basically a few days before it was announced publicly. And so Mark just randomly hit me up. He's like, "Hey, you know, we got this variant by Nicholas." I'm like, "Huh?"
Right. I was trying not to breathe on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's a busy man. I understand if like at the last second, like things don't happen. I understand. Like we wrote the contracts involved, so that way you could do that if you need to. And because we had an issue with the first variant cover with an artist we tried to have for sign issue 1. Not necessarily something to really get into because that happens with artists, but you know, after kind of like we had to start the first Kickstarter without the variant cover and then add it like with I think the last week of it. So that's not ideal, right?
No.
Being able to kind of like, you know, have this experience instead, amazing. But I was not about to speak on any sort of we're gonna wait until we have the cover in hand. I take a few seconds to breathe. I look at it again to make sure it's real. And then I'm going to tell Jay that we got this just so that way I don't get his hopes up to the moon and back. And then we are, you know, a hole in the spacesuit. You know what I mean? So,
and I've had like, you know, I have some like artist friends online and stuff. And occasionally it'll be like, oh, like here's some fan art. Like I drew like a character you came up with. I'm like, that's so cool. So to have one from Nicholas Draper Ivy is like surreal. And just knowing that I'll actually like have this. It's sick. Like it's plain, it's cool, it's like it's legacy, you know, it's huge. And it's just such a perfect choice for this project because I feel like he's like me in that one, he cares about like Black stories, making them as authentic and specific as possible. But also just like he doesn't like shorthand things, you know, he just goes for it. He could have for sure phone this in because it's like I'm sure he's got a million other things he's working on.
Yeah, but nah.
Right?
Nah, he's not one of them though. He's
so quick too. He cooks so quick. Oh, yeah. He cooks so quick.
That's a bad man.
Oh, that's a bad dude. Man. Yes, sir. I agree.
Actually, a question from the audience: are you able to buy both? Will you be able to buy both issues in the Kickstarter?
Yes, you will. You'll be able to buy both issues, digital, all covers. We'll have everything available. We'll also have merch available. So if you want to grab a shirt, a hoodie, because we have PSION shirts like this one. We also have one with the artwork from When John Goes Under on the back. So like full art, like on like a black t-shirt type vibe. So we'll have those available. You'll also be able to get drawn into issue 3 if you want to spit in a little bit of coin. You can be a part in the background of the story. So yeah,
Okay.
different things like that. We'll have a lot of opportunities for people to try and invest in our story and give them some good goodies in the way, because we're going to have stretch goals, different things like that. We're going to try and give some enamel pins out if we can, spend enough money. So I'm sorry, if we can raise enough money. Excuse me, we're spending plenty of money right now. So we're going to see if we can do. We're seeing if we can do it big.
How much was your first Kickstarter?
So we asked for 1,200. We ended up getting almost 25. I think a little bit over. Like we had around 94 backers, which was really impressive, because pre-launch, I don't think we had more than 40 people. So people really showed out for us after we kind of went into launch.
How fast did we hit the first goal? What was it, 1,200?
We were fully funded at less than 48 hours. We were funded pretty quickly. Yeah.
What, just for people that are also looking to do Kickstarters, because that seems to be the way to get things funded lately. What do you feel like you did anything special in order to get getting 40 people to pre-sign up is also a feat in of itself.
I just want to say, like, I'm not even, him and Jazz basically ran the Kickstarters. I'm gonna do one for my own project in the next few months, but this man went crazy with the marketing. Like, he had hundreds of people at the very least interested in the project before it was even like fully finished, you know? So at least from an audience kind of perspective, like, just be there, post a lot, be very loud about the thing you're making, try to make it relatable, come up with a quick pitch that you can like get people at least understanding the premise within the first few seconds of the video, and just post a lot and often and try to make it engaging. But you can go into more specifics with Kickstarter specifically. I think just when it comes to marketing a project, just don't shut up about it, like, genuinely.
That is sound advice. Thank you.
It's Kickstarter's fun for me in that regard, just because I do like kind of making a presentation, if you will. I was really big into making the nice board for science fair, for social studies fair. I probably cared a little bit more about the board than I did about the science. And I love a clean presentation, and Jazz is the same way. She loves graphic design as like a hobby in her spare time, and like we get to kind of flex those chops here whenever we get to do a Kickstarter like this. But it's also there's a hard business element to this. Like, you have to kind of make it pop, you have to kind of make it sing. There's a lot of like pre-work that has to go into it, a lot of minutia, honestly. There's stuff that maybe people don't think is fun, but you have to kind of nitpick and kind of keep at. But once it's finished and you can kind of present it to people, and like, this is what's representative of your product, it's just such a, like, we've had people who went and looked up the Kickstarter for issue 1 and was like, yo, I love how this was designed. Like, y'all really tried on this. That's dope.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we want to do here. We want to have a color theme for each one. Like, for the first one, it was peach and purple. For this one, it's definitely like red and like that hunter kind of green color, like that swamp
there was a
green.
whole like conversation about the color of like where it says issue 2 in our names, because it has to play off the color palettes of the cover and kind of the book in general. And so there was like a whole multiple day process to select that specific shade of like lime green, because it all matters, It's a story and it's art.
It's like our names, right? You want them to actually show up. Like, and like, if one person's name shows up a little bit more than the other, that's not doing anyone justice. Like, these things, especially if you're doing them in house, right? It's a lot of work, a lot of tweaking, but if you keep put enough eyes to it, put enough work to it, it definitely matters. Like, years down the line, you will be very happy that you decided to like just give it a second or third or 27th look, just because like once it's done, it's done. Like,
you created a standard that people will hold you to, and if your standards are low, it may not come across the way that you want people to perceive you either. Me and the girls from Pink Riot, hi Bree, hi Keisha.
Shout out to the Pink Riot crew. Yeah, I like those videos a lot.
they be on their shit. We were talking about Kickstarter. Like, honestly, I think she said etiquette. I want to use the word fundamentals. Like, if you want people to get to know you, if you want people to trust you, you have to put your face out there. Like, the cutesy like little icon or whatever at the top is great, but if this is my first time meeting you and you want me to give you give you my money, I do want to see who I'm giving my money to a little bit. If it's not in a video format, if it's just a picture, that's cool. But for me, it does help. Some people may not want to do it because they're shy or they think it's going to hurt their chances. But you got to get up over that, baby. You got to get up over that very quickly. Especially if you are going to do marketing anyway, or do the rounds. If you're coming on a podcast, I'm going to see your face. I'm going to have to talk to you. I'm going to have to get to know you. So you might as well like put your best, no pun intended, face forward when you're presenting your project. I want to get to know you. If you want to put your bio in there, that's something real short and sweet, like after all of the details about the comic, you can go ahead and do that. But you got to pour a little bit more into the ad. I know you poured almost everything in your entire life into this book, but now you got to figure out a way to pitch me on you as a writer, because you're going to write other stuff, but also on this book itself.
I mean, the market is so unbelievably competitive. So really the only true edge you have is, number one, a good product, number two, a clean presentation of that product, and number three, you got to find a way to extrapolate the parts of yourself that people will latch onto quickly and feel like, okay, I support this person. I support like their mission. I feel like they're worth spending money on, because it's not just, let me buy this comic because I want to read a comic, it's, let me buy this comic because I like Mark. Let me buy it because I like Jay. Let me buy it because I like the genre and the setting and the themes, so for all y'all out there thinking of doing your own thing, try much harder than you think. Essentially, like, the lettering matters, the design of the Kickstarter matters, the way you put together your plot synopsis, the font for your typeface, the way your username on social media, the length of the ad, all of it matters, and it all counts towards whether or not your thing is going to be successful. And you might fail, but you still got to try.
Yeah. You definitely got to you have to put the extra step into it, and have other people look before you leap. Yeah. You know what I mean? To have somebody, have a friend of yours, or not a friend, take a look at your stuff. You don't have to give them the entire story, but say, hey, what do you think about this? Is there, like, if I showed this to you really quickly, does it catch your eye? Do these two paragraphs make you want to, or one paragraph, make you want to find out more about this particular thing? Actually, did you find that when you were doing the Kickstarter and having to make a summary about the first book, did you find, was it difficult for you? Did you feel like it made you want to go back and like tweak with a little bit of the story, trying to make the summary for it?
It was hard to kind of figure out the correct way to describe it at first. Like, I remember when I first was kind of describing things, I think just because of buzzwords and everything like that, things like noir and stuff like that would always kind of pop up. And like, that's just not what the story is. Like, yes, there are elements that we're borrowing from things like that. But, if we try to define what noir is, we could be here all day. And people would be very strict about what they want, right? They want femme fatales. They want, hard boiled in the strict sense. They want a world that's too bleak to come back from. All these things. And that's not what we are. It's us taking maybe an inspired idea with this and running with it. But, it being Southern Gothic felt right. Getting into the position of saying, this is definitely us trying to look at a area that's in decay and see what that kind of tells narratively. So finding the right words to describe it definitely took a while, but I think revisiting the story and kind of understanding how it made me feel, and then what was the most important elements. Like, yeah, maybe this character has some of these things that are reminiscent of another genre, but what is he firmly fixed within? He's fixed within a Southern landscape. There's supernatural themes in the background, and it's based highly within realism. That's way more akin to, like, American Gothic, things like Hawthorne or like Faulkner, than it would be something like a Pulp Fiction story, if that makes sense. There might be pulp elements here, but we're definitely kind of leaning more on what the the macro of this all looks like, instead of just like, the guy comes to town and he saves the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Instead of making it a little, actually, that is hard to choose. It does have a wider, the description you give does give it a wider lens, but it is also still focused.
Genre's tricky.
Yeah, and that's why I like this book, dude. I don't like it straightforward all the time. I mean, I like to understand what's going on. Don't get me wrong. But yeah. Pick up the book. Again, everybody, please make sure you go and check out the Kickstarter. Make sure you save it. Make sure you're going to Crimson Sleeper Studios. My Shopify. I'm gonna just put it up here so y'all can see it. Just share this one instead. Come back here, okay? I will put the link in the main description of this video, so that everybody can go ahead and check that out. And is there anything else you guys want to give the audience about this upcoming book at all? Maybe a little bit of something.
I guess I'll give one thing, Che, if you want to give one thing also. I guess we want to do that. Okay, so I guess my one thing will be issue 2 features the Battle of the Bands. So we actually have John and Danita having to traverse the busiest game day on campus. Gibbs Green is having to face off against Coastal University, and they are specifically a Southern facsimile. Instead of being the human jukebox, they're the human sound machine. So we're going to get to see a Battle of the Bands and kind of showcase that within the story. It's going to have more than just a filigree type look. It actually is going to have it's a heavy plot point. So we had to kind of mix in the band. My mom was in the band. She played the flute. She was very upset when I played football, but I was like, "What? Don't nobody care about the game?" And I was like, "It's different. Sometimes they do." And no, she wasn't doing that. So we get to kind of talk about that, the idea of halftime being a sacred moment during a Black football game, things like that. So that's what I'm really excited about.
Okay.
Talking about
a sacred moment. Ooh.
Talking about like North Pole sequences in a book. When we actually see the band perform, it's some of them. Oh God, it took so long. There's so many people in the band, but it's one of my favorite scenes in the book. It came out really nice. I guess that's my main selling point for issue 2. The quality of the art is like a huge jump in my opinion. I'm still very happy with what I did in issue 1, but issue 2 is a lot more solid. The character designs get refined a bit. There's some cool supernatural stuff, a lot of fun effects, fun sequences, good character acting if you care about all those little things like that. And it's a great continuation of the story. We're getting deeper into the nitty gritty, the creepy stuff, the mystery of it all. I think people are really gonna rock with it. I'm excited.
I'm very curious how all of this is going to actually come together, especially during that very public arena of sorts. Are we gonna see more of Mars, Mr. Is Mars his last name? There was one panel where Willie Mars?
Oh, Willie? Yeah. So Willie. Willie's last name's Jones. This is Willie Jones.
Jones. Why does somebody gets called Mars at the lecture? I'm trying to. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure. I didn't read something that wasn't actually there. Hold on. He's while Dr. Oh my gosh.
Alvarez.
Thank you. I keep wanting to say Alvarez. It's very disrespectful. When Dr. Alvaro is talking about the Haitian Revolution, he basically says, "Why do we need to know about that?" I can't remember now. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I was going to make some kind of a reference to a Roman god that is the god of war, who is Mars, and this student's combative. I was like, oh, that's cute. That was all I was going to say. I was going to try to bring all of that together.
Definitely that scene, the Haitian Revolution is definitely more than just a random illusion. I'll put it like that. That is a mouse tool we will be using later.
Okay.
So, very big.
Okay, I like it. I love it. Oh, word. What do you mean, Dejuan Carter of my? Go home. Go home.
Dewan.
Dejuan Carter of Mars. I don't like.
Man, dude, so they need to bring back John Carter, first of all.
I
John
would
Carter's fun. That's
the
fun.
right
That's a
way.
fun IP. Yes, I agree. If
The
you do
right
John
way.
Carter right, that could be fun.
Yeah, man, that's cool. That is cool. Well, you got your first sale. I appreciate you, Rev. Where are you? Where's I just
Awesome.
saw
I'll sign it. I'll put some stickers in there for you. I'll sign it, put some stickers in there.
Put your make sure you put your whole name on there. I will let him know. Where the hell did you go? Where did you go? I literally. Okay, there we go. There it is. Trying to buy his now. I love when that happens. Thank you very much. Even though I already got a copy from you guys, I will be purchasing my physical copy this evening. I appreciate you very, very much for what you're doing.
That one also.
Want to continue to support.
As well. Put some goodies in there for you. So
okay. I like cookies, not chocolate. I don't like chocolate.
No. Sorry. I'm not gonna send baked goods. I got some goodies for you. I'm gonna send you some stickers and stuff like that.
Oh, sorry.
Just in case, they'll start they'll throw stuff around, bash some cookies up. I'll be giving you crumbs.
That's fine. That's fine.
Build a cookie, right? And build a cookie. Assembly required.
The chubby girl in me is hungry, and so I thought you said cookies.
No, I'm probably about to go eat one too after this. I understand.
I'm gonna probably have a slice of pizza. Oh, he got his digital copy. Nice, awesome. Nice. Awesome. All right, fellas. I am gonna take a very short break. If you would like to stick around and chit chat for a little bit, more than welcome to do so. If you want to head out, please let me know. You can let the people know where to find you on all the Instagrams and such. But if you're gonna stay, be quiet.
I understand. I do think I have to do something with my buddy Don. He wants me to help him edit after this. So I probably do need to get back to this.
No worries.
But I do appreciate you so much for inviting me, just because I had an amazing time. You're such a great host. Thank you so much.
I sincerely hope you'll be back.
I'd love to be. Thank you. I love an extended invitation to come back. Because most of the time people tell me just get lost, get crowds.
No, what is that? That's gross. That we don't do that around here. I don't think so. No, you're both welcome back anytime. Che, don't think I didn't hear you say that you got a product that you're trying to promote too. I expect you to be back sooner than Che. I mean sooner than Mark. If Mr. A few months.
Yeah. I'm also working on a solo book right now, and on my Instagram, I'm documenting the whole and TikTok also, but I'm documenting the whole process of making the book, starting from literally coming up with the concept on video to writing, currently drawing it, all the other stuff that comes next. So if you want a real candid look at me struggling through the creative process and soon the Kickstarter process, drop me a follow. Show some love, support the project. It's about a monster hunter who has a philosophical debate with Bigfoot. And that is all I'll say.
Oh.
Also, she kind of looks like Blade.
Kind of.
The artwork looks like gas.
Appreciate it.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
All right. For those of you that want to follow Mark, please go ahead to Crimson Sleeper Studios. Is that the same on all socials?
Yes, on all socials you can pretty much find us. If you type that in, you'll find us. We'll pop up.
Okay, and then it's Che the artist.
Che the artist.
All right, Che dot. Let me change that real quick. Change the artist. Please check him out as well. I'm very intrigued to see how this story turns out. To be quite honest,
changing as it happens.
As long as you've got a structure, you should be good. As long as you've got some kind of skeleton script, you should be good. I have faith. Plus, you have this wonderful gentleman here to support you as well.
Oh, he's definitely first beta.
We're telling everybody.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, fellas. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will talk again.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night.
You too. Okay, bye. All right. If I make myself bigger. There we go. All right. Those guys are awesome sauce for realsies. Please, again, if you guys are interested in good writing like I am, make sure you go and pick up, first of all, the first issue of PSION that is on Crimson Sleeper Studios website. And then make sure that you are looking out for the Kickstarter that will be launching in the next few months. As soon as I find this tab, I will let y'all see that there as well. Well, wait a minute. Now, wait. Stop sharing. Now, share this one for the love of... Look. That. Make sure you check that out. If you need the link, it will be in the description later on the night after I'm done editing, so that you guys can find it if you're watching this after this show has gone live. All right, like I said, I will be back in 2 seconds. Please enjoy this short, brief commercial. You know which one it is. Be right back.
Our Maximus drops the mic like Thor's hammer, boom, chasing M40, scheming plots in the writer's room. Lord Triage stitches through his plebs in the loom. Pop culture dissected, every panel consumed. Comics, anime, films on rewind. Deep dives, we leave no flame behind.
Like the story of Dracula, or at least his origin story, as a tragedy.
Super breakdown, it's one wild ride. X-ray the pixels, every Easter egg exposed. Marvel to DC where the fandom explodes. From Akira to Gotham, the saga unfolds. With the narrators of myths.
Oh my god.
Wow,
Shapeshifter.
Office wars, we dig for the
Shapeshifter.
gems. Open the doors, it's a super breakdown. We're cracking the code.
Let's touch on Blackheart real quick. We just shouldn't get.
From the pages to the screen, we take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride.
What? Yeah. What? Understand I got a lot on my mind.
With these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or death star. So far removed from the drama, we don't know this harm, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mischief managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically to sum it up like you define math, this crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. A merry band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view.